There's no Section 8. There's no Section 8. There's no SSI. There's no food stamps at the current moment. You know, being suspended without pay, I'm not eligible for none of that bullshit, you know. Food stamps I am eligible for. And I gotta say, Mike, since my suspension, I think I utilized them 6 or 7 times. And I've been suspended going on 13 now. I got an appointment. I don't really care how long they keep me suspended. I'm still, in the computer. That's my title. My titles are still my titles. Current status, suspended without pay. So I ain't worried about it, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, Rich. You're done. You are really a fucking piece of shit, man. You get 5 years for beating that woman. You get 5 years for beating that woman, huh, Richard? We are the world. We are the children. For the ongoing video game documentary, Debbie finally opens up.
Well, you know how I know you never spoke to Debbie? Because you got numbers, dates, shoe size, waist size, looks, how I'll handle a motherfucker like you off the mic who tries to get gully. That's how I know, I take all this into fact, man. You ain't got to be a detective or a fucking smart boy to analyze and understand and acknowledge all that.
Richard, you locked Debbie up back in your CB shop and held her and threatened her life. You piece of shit. You used to threaten her and make her go out and get your drugs. Your crack, cocaine. Me and Debbie, we had a lot to talk about.
Oh, man, I don't believe it. He's spinning the story even harder. Hey, Bozo, the only time I ever locked Debbie up in my CB shop was when the fucking Joint Task FBI and fucking goddamn Morris County Prosecutor Task Force came looking from her, and I knew I had the connects to bullshit her way out of it with their fucking warrant. So I threw her in the back bedroom, I stonewalled them and got them to say, okay, we'll back off. She better be on our doorstep Monday, and it's Thursday now. I'm like, all right. But anyway, don't you worry about none of that, man. We got so much surveillance video on my shops, Cupcake. Y'all couldn't spin a tale like that if you try to make anybody believe it. Now, you could stand here and say everything you want about 1996. You could try to convince this public that, you're hooking up with a friend of mine from 1996. But only I know the reason why, that if you ever spoke to her, met her, or went to meet her, you're a goner, bro. And to be honest with you, it's not me and my people checking you out. It's all the people that don't want her opening her fucking mouth. Not to mention there's a piece of paper that said you couldn't roll on her if you wanted. That would be a third-party communication act. For what? You want to talk to her about what? You're from where? And who and what? Oh, Cupcake, you're not a thinker, dog. You're the dumbest motherfucker I ever ran into in my life, and all you do is talk a good game after you listen to enough video games and figure out how to talk like a half a fucking man. Richie Clare.
Good job, Richie. Good job. So you started...
I got this cocksucker on the run, bro. I mean, totally on the run. Hiding, saying he in stealth mode, trying to spook a motherfucker, or trying to imply he's trying to spook a motherfucker. Yo, remember what I'm saying to everybody out here, please. I'm the beginning of that boy's end. My boss and the people I work for, you know what they know? The only 2 things that's going to save that motherfucker's life is 1, him sitting behind that mic sucking my dick as he's doing, or 2, they intercept him at that moment. Because they do know for a fact, if Richie says it's going down exactly to the letter like this, They believe one thing. Past experience has shown them. If that prophet's son opens his mouth before that time, guess what? When that time coming, that's all that everybody around that site's going to be able to say. Exactly what he told us a long time ago.
Tell him to get a fucking job. It is tons right here. I can't hear him. You know his dumb shut up, right?
Mikey, watch what I do to him.
Mikey.
Watch this next one.
Mikey. Hold on. You're about killing shit. You quit to be a female instead of man. Who's ever calling me, go to 32. They put a restraining order on your ass, too. You were stalking her, just like you stalking people on radio.
Well, you know, Cupcake, you got a whole lot of alleged things. Allegedly, you're trying to use her. Allegedly, I did this. Allegedly, I did that. You've got no newspaper clippings, no police blotter, no documentation to show and prove. You motherfuckers don't even know my right name. How could you say that you're chilling with the bitch that shared my bed for 5.5 years, and y'all don't even know my name or my shoe size or my waist size? Okay? It's hilarious to me. But let's get back to all this alleged shit, Cupcake. If I allegedly did attempt to kill somebody or beat up somebody and put them into a coma because I beat them down with an alleged radio, lamp, heater, Lydia, whatever the fuck it is I got in my video, I got 9 different stories. If all this allegedly happened, don't you think there's got to be some kind of piece of paper prohibiting us from being together? And neither than that, let's say in 1996, we're going into 2016. So 19 years later, you're trying to contact a woman or allegedly having contact with a woman because of who, what, and where? Cupcake, you're not a thinker, dog. You America's dumbest criminal. I'm so glad he pulled that dumb shit about keying up on me when I go to talk to him so he can hear it all in the video gate later. I hope he understands what I just said, because everybody around him is pointing out something severe. The silver-tongued devil did it again, the hole in the wall, Richie Clapp.
Yeah, him and Cuckoo Bird have something in common.
All right, guys, no more gate time for these clowns. You guys carry on and keep it heavy. I'm clear.
All right, Richie, hate to see you go.
There he goes, the cackling Mary. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, dog? Did I say cackling little wasp woman gonna come out here? Michael, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting back listening to you guys. He's gonna try and have a conversation with me, but yet when he wants me to respond to him, the second I key up to answer him, he's talking because he don't want nobody around him to hear. You know, he thinks that I can hear him, you know, when I'm keyed up. So I'm not gonna waste my time or air time. Richie, on the side.
A lot of other shit that was saying. Is that Dirt Man, the shop sweeper, in barefoot feet? Somebody bought a pair of shoes. Dirt Man, Methadone, break them down, Diane. I just want to say, yo, Michael John, I got $20. Could you have your mother contact me? As soon as she can, I got $20. Feel comfortable. You feel ready. Talk.
He can't hear you. Cupcake has got partial most of his ears.
I know somebody that knows somebody, that knows somebody that knows, goes down the line. Like a family thing now. He's a douchebag. This motherfucker is a douchebag.
Now, if we be quiet, Mike, he'll have to pick it up with Enforcer because nobody else is talking to him. Cackling Mary Fairies out here.
Yeah, man. I just want him to call Diane. Just, don't make sure Methadone John don't hear and call Diane and tell her I got $20. It's very simple. That's kidnapping. Ain't that, what do you call that? False imprisonment? Holding somebody hostage and shit, locking them up somewhere. abuse. This little motherfucker, well, she's only 5'1". At the time, she was 5'1". She put on some weight now. She's healthy. She's back in track.
He's in love. You think she look good now? You should have seen her 19 years ago when I was boning her for 5.5 years. I'm sorry, 4.5.
Blocking her fucking eyes, man. People used to walk in the CB shop and see her and sit down in the back with blackened eyes. Richie used to beat her.
I'll tell you one thing, he's lucky I didn't know Debbie back then and her daughter. Because anyone that beats on women, they will catch a beating from me, man.
Can I get Debbie's phone? Can I get Diane's phone number? I got $20. Can you tell Diane to call me? I got $20. Don't let John Methadon know. Have Diane call me. Have Diane call me right away. I got $20. And don't let that fat bastard Methadon John know. Or that bald-headed brother Chris you got.
That's why Richie can't be with a woman. First of all, he's homosexual. We all know that. We have brothers. And this is stuff. That's why he can't deal. He might be able to bring a crack out. He's going to start from the monster. But with a woman, that's it. Not a junkie crackhead that he knows. From what I'm hearing, it's confirmed. He would now, let me tell you, man, that's a real loss right there. That guy just like that. That other child molester, Brian. And, they're all like in their
Well, Mike, what they don't understand is that they just don't understand that, all joking aside, that, this was my life in 1996 as an undercover police officer. Debbie was one of my girlfriends, She was like my main squeeze throughout, a good part of my life. She did share my bed for 4.5 years, but when we parted ways, and when we split in 96, and I reopened that shop just in time for the Millennium 2000 in the Chester Mall, the surveillance cameras will show that one of the first 7 people that walked through that door to see me was little Delicia. And I guess you could say I practically raised her, fed her, and grew, I made a very heavy impact through most of her childhood years, from adolescence, into just about almost early teens. So, the only thing that Alicia could say about me is that Richie was very, very good, and, he was too good to put up with my mother's sick bullshit. But anyway, all joking aside, Mike, what they don't understand is that Debbie, she figured out a way to make sure Richie never, ever once again in his life thought of her as a future lover or a lover again. Although I gotta say that the first mouth that my dick seen when I was through with that undercover job was hers in the Rockaway Mall. I'm not gonna lie. I was 24 hours on the bricks, 32 hours on the bricks, and the first mouth around my dick was Debbie, so I'm not gonna complain about that. But the end result is that's as far as it would go, because she found a way to make sure Richie will never ever want her in bed again. She dated and openly married a bisexual cat, and was always having orgies that they were making videotapes of this bisexuality. So, amongst all this, bro, being the fact that she married a bona fide bisexual cat, she knew she would never wind up in Richie's bed again, ever, because of the fact that she went with that bona fide faggot. With that, Richie on the side, dog. Oh, the king of New York got down like that.
How you doing, John? If that's you, I was just trying to shout out Pyam and Dirtman to not let Method John know, Fat Method John, or his bold brother Chris, that I got $20 for Diane. She should call me right away. I got $20. Yeah, what's up, Mike? I got a phone holder.
Yeah, talk on the switch.
Maybe it's Peter again.
I'm going to title this video, Debbie's Truth, number 2.
Alright. If it's Peter, tell him I said hello.
Oh, you still got the bullshit.
Pete, Mr. Mo. Oh, okay. Nah, that's not him. As a matter of fact, I gotta give him a call one day. Sure. I keep forgetting. I think about it, then I forget about it. Alright, I'll be back a little bit.
Appleseed.
A lot to say about me. I'd like to see him and say hello. Alright, we'll be here.
Yeah, we had a nice...
Johnny Appleseed.
He's on the phone, Rich.
Well, I just want to let him know whatever he's doing, if he ain't got fluorescence above his head, he's surging the shit out of that power supply because he's got a heavy hum buzz up in my video gate, so back the power down or something.
I got $20. Could you please call Diane, Dirtman's mother, Method John, Method Don John, that fat bastard Method Don John, his wife, you know, his bald-headed Chris, his brother. Please tell Diane I got $20.
Well, you know, Michael, it doesn't bother him as much because you're not